ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at thephilsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
The Fed is going to have to taper sooner rather than later. I think they'll do it in September after a stronger than expected employment report.
We think the Fed formally announces the start of tapering actually the November meeting. There's a chance that it gets pushed back to December.
In other words, they don't know. They don't know anything. The fake business news network. They're not going to taper. They can't taper. First, they're not at full employment. You can't taper unless you're at full employment. You can't taper when 350,000, 400,000 people are signing up for unemployment each week. You can't taper when your run rate towards the national debt is $30 trillion. You can't taper when consumer confidence is tanking. You just can't taper. It's not how it works. You know, and here's the really funny thing. Inflation today is the same as when Volcker raised the rates in the 70s to 16% to break inflation. But they can't raise inflation. They can't taper. See, they want inflation. See, the reason why they can't taper, I gave you some of these reasons. Debt's too high. We don't have full employment. Well, why? Why is that? Because of our owners. That's done by design. They didn't want full employment. They want 350 to 400,000 people to sign up for unemployment each week. They want consumer confidence to tank. This is all done by design by our owners, the wealthy, because they make a ton of money when there's inflation. Our billionaires make money when there's inflation. They're our owners. They're not going to taper. Because remember, the way they make money is through price inflation. Prices going up. That's how they make money. When prices inflate and gasoline, groceries, shelter, healthcare costs up 40% in the last 12 months. That's how they make money. That's how they become billionaires. That's how the rich become richer. They love inflation. Who do you think benefits from inflation? It's our owners and, of course, the 1 percentile. The 1 percentile of this population. They benefit from inflation, from higher prices. Our owners, the billionaires, their net worth went up $1.5 trillion because of inflation during the 12 months from March 2020 to March 2021, peak of the pandemic. Remember, we dropped from February of 2020 to January 2020 down to March 2020, and then we started a rally big. Huge rally, went up 113%. All because of printing money and more stimulus and QE and stock buybacks, what they've been doing for 13 years, getting richer and richer and richer. This is what they do. You think for one moment they're going to stop inflating prices, which gives them great profits due to price increases? They increase their wealth because of price increases. from massive stimulus, money printing. See, these are the same people who benefit from monopolies. They run the monopolies. They own the monopolies. They're the biggest shareholders. Like our military-industrial complex. They're the big shareholders of GE, Boeing, Lockheed Martin. They want inflation. They want those prices to go up so they can charge the military for a toilet you could buy anywhere else for $300. You pay $3,000. See, here's what people don't understand. They want prices to go up. Now remember, these billionaires, they own the monopolies. For example, 3 companies control 80% of the mobile telecoms, 95% of credit cards, 70% of airline flights within the U.S., which most of that, all the searches go through Google. 3 companies control that. 80% of mobile telecoms, 90% of credit cards, 70% of all airline flights being booked. 3 companies control all that. You think they want prices going down? What are you, nuts? They want prices going up, and they design it so prices go up. Bill Gates, he's one of the largest owners of farmland in the country, and he keeps buying farms and more farms. He's accumulating more land. Why? Because he's supporting the 4 companies, another monopoly. He's serving, I should say, supporting 4 companies that control 85% of our U.S. corn seeds and control 75% of soybean seeds. Can you imagine 4 companies control 85% of our soy seeds and our corn seeds? No wonder he's buying more and more farmland to cut a deal with them. 3 companies control 66% of our hog slaughtering, 85% of our cattle slaughtering. 3 companies, and 50% of our chicken slaughtering. See, there's no competition. No competition. See, that's the worst thing about having our owners in control, having monopolies, including the biggest one, our military-industrial complex. And then worse, what do? They introduce QE, a fancy word. I don't know how they got that word, quantitative easing. Sounds so impressive, must be good, right? Unbelievable. 0 rates, stock buybacks, keeping rates at near 0, monetizing debt. What are you, nuts? That's to make them rich. Who would ever think companies can refuse to go broke? That's right. Companies can refuse to go broke. We have companies that are so broke, but they keep going. It's called monetization of their debt. Our owners get the money printed, go into these companies, and bail them out. They buy their debt. And what else do our owners do? Print all this money. You think they're going to taper and raise rates when they print all this money to go in and to buy the debt of banks, buy the debt of corporations and put on their balance sheet so to keep these zombie companies alive? That's what's going on. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to our country, this QE. So you think they're going to, I'm going to give up all this profit. Let's just raise rates and slow all this down. What are you, nuts? Can you imagine? All they do is prop up these bad companies. They used to let them die. People used to would be fearful they lose their job. People aren't even fearful of losing their jobs anymore because they know the company's going to be propped up. And they also know if they lose their job, they'll end up on a stimulus program where they can stay home and get $1,400 every month, plus $300 for each kid. This is crazy. And they don't have to pay rent. Well, thank God the Supreme Court changed that, but I'm sure they're not going to follow it. I mean, can you imagine telling landlords who have investments, you leave these people alone. They don't have to pay you. Can you imagine? So there's no incentive to even work. No incentive to have companies produce good goods, great goods. It's unbelievable. More when I get back and take a look at our stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to thephilsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grande and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Central banks have always faced the problem of distinguishing transitory inflation spikes from more troublesome developments, and it is sometimes difficult to do so with confidence in real time.
Well, in real time, why don't you find another job? What a dope. Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, we're talking about inflation. It destroys Main Street. Inflation is what's causing the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer. Income inequality. Now, do you really think Bill Gates, who is the largest private farmland owner in the country, he owns 269,000 acres across 18 states, and he grows all the potatoes for the French fries for McDonald's. Now, do you think he wants McDonald's prices to go down? You don't think he wants inflation for McDonald's so their prices go up so he get more for his potatoes? See, think about it. The rich get richer over inflation. And again, the key is Volcker raised rates 16% to break the back of inflation because it's so bad. It destroys Main Street America at the same, where we are now, the same inflation that we're at right now, he had, but he raised rates to stop it. And what are we doing? Increasing our inflation even more. Powell doesn't make the decision. He doesn't make the decision if he's going to taper. It's the owners. And they own the monopolies. They own all the monopolies. They own everything. For heaven's sakes, they don't want prices going down. Why would they want that? They own us.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land.
There you go. They own all the important land. See how it works? So don't believe for a moment when you hear from all these politicians. Now, they're there to help you. Everything they're doing is for the purpose on Main Street. For the guy who's making a combined income, him and his wife, let's say $35,000 a year to $75,000 a year. He could care less. They're there to make money for themselves, and inflation is destroying our economy, destroying our country for the hard-working Main Street guy. No longer can he go to work and say, you know what? I got an opportunity. If I do a good job and I produce more stools, I produce more hammers, I produce more chairs, and I do a quality job, we're going to sell more of them, and we're going to get better at it. And when we sell more, that's more productivity. I am going to get a raise. No. The owners don't care anymore. They don't care if they sell quality. They don't care about quality. And they don't care about giving you a raise. In fact, they don't want you to do a good job. Remember, they're not there for you to do a good job. They want you to sit there, okay, and just take space, and they're going to go and do stock buybacks. See, that's called replacing productivity for printing and spending, so they go buy their own stock. So when they buy their own stock, there's less shares, and that means the price goes up, even though the company's not making any more money. This is what's going on. So today, let's talk about what's going on in the market. What did I tell you last week? I said, I've been talking about what we call our tourist stocks. What are our tourist stocks? What's that mean, tourist stocks? Microsoft, Apple, okay, Netflix, your Google. These are the stocks that everybody buys that they have no idea what they're doing. Every time they pull back, they buy. They have no idea how the yields or interest rates affect these. If they're overpaying for them, they don't know. They just say, I better get into Google at $2,915 before it gets to $2,950. That's all they know. They said, I better buy Netflix right now. I got to get in Netflix at $552 before it goes to $580 or before it goes to $565. And then they lose money and they cry and they oh, that market's no good, and they get out of the stock market. Market's no good. It's no good. No. The market's terrific. There's no other place to make money like the stock market. Can you imagine? I say this to my members every day. I say, we haven't had a 5% pullback. I think today's at 197 days. I said, just buy either the Qs, the ETF, or XLK, either one, or the spiders. Just strap yourself in, put in a stop at 6%. We haven't had a pullback for 296 days at 5%. Put a stop in at 6%. And just strap yourself to either the big tech stocks ETF, the Qs or XLK, and the S&P. And just keep riding this thing. You'll make so much more money you'll ever make in a 401k, which, by the way, you don't know this in 401ks, but they steal from you. That's right, steal from you 20 to 30% a year. 20 to 30% from your retirement money. When you when you're ready to retire and you think you got $1 million, well, you got 20 to 30% less. You never realized that. The reason you're getting 20, 30% less because they're stealing from you. It's called hidden expenses, hidden fees. So anyways, getting back to my tourist stocks, Apple, we bought that some time ago here, and it finally broke out. And the reason it's breaking out, you know where the yields are? The yields are back down. That's right. Remember, the yields were at 135 basis points. We're down to 128 basis points right now. So that means the tech stocks are going to go up, and guess what? The banks are coming back down. The banks are coming down. So see, if you go look at a bank like let's go take a look at a bank like Capital One. It's tanking. It went today from 172.50 down to 165.90. It went down. But guess what? Apple went up. So my members knew which one to be in. But most of the people who are listening to me, you have no idea which one to be in. Because you don't know how it's connected to each other, the yields. And that's what we do here for you. We make sure you do understand and that you're always in the right group. Join my gang, free for 10 days. Go to thephilsgang.com, sign up where it says Working Investor Group.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at thephilsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at thephilsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at thephilsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grande, thephilsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you when to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, thephilsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, thephilsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at thephilsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so the market, if you take the Dow, it's down about 19 points, but the Nasdaq's up 145 points. So they're shifting all the money back into the big tech stocks. And that's why if you had a chart to tell you where that money is going, see, your charts don't show that. My chart, which we designed, has a color-coded technology with it that identifies where the money is going. Which stock is that money going to? But it also tells you, okay, when that money is starting to come back out, or if the money is going in, there's not enough of it to sustain the price. You don't have any chart that does that. You're doing all on good faith, or you're depending on your broker or whatever. I mean, you've got to know when you're buying a stock, even though it's going up, it doesn't mean it's going to sustain itself. It doesn't have enough volume. Sure, you have volume bars, but that's not as accurate as when you have actual technology, a color code that's following the money that goes right into the stock and then starts pulling it back out. When it starts going back out, it changes the color to give you a heads up. You don't get that by just knowing the volume. So we take it one step further. So let's say your stock was at $20, goes up to $30, and all of a sudden it will start turning yellow. It's giving you a call to action, actually orange, call to action to tell you, wait a minute, money is coming out. You don't get that by looking at your volume bars, because your volume bars are after the fact, at the end of the day. So it's nice to know. So right now, we have Apple we'll be watching, and right now it's got a good trend. It's breaking out nicely. But let me tell you where you also, before I forget, where you're going to really make some good money. They're going to, you watch what happens, they're going to turn around and they're going to start telling you that COVID's under control again. As soon as they do, do you know what stocks are going to go through the roof? All the airline stocks. We call them our COVID-19 stocks. So we watch every day for our members, ALK. Matter of fact, ALK's been already going up, but see, it's showing red. So ALK has gone up from $52. It's gone up to 58, and now it's back down to 56. But it's red, so it's telling you from the time money's going into it at 52, by the time it hit 58, it's showing you it's not sustainable. Anybody else would just buy it, not knowing that. They wouldn't know that because unless they have my color-coded chart. So that's where you're going to make a lot of money, okay, is in these stocks that we call our COVID stocks. So also, another area you're going to make money are the casinos and the cruise lines, like CCL. That's a great stock. And we've been shorting these stocks. We've been making money as they've been going down. So now we're starting to see, especially like Carnival Cruise Line, we're starting to see a little bit of an upward trend in it. Okay, it's still red, however. So somebody else would jump in there and buy it, see, oh, gee, it's on its way up. I better get in before it goes higher. I better get in 23.66 before it gets to 28. That's how people think. Boom, you lose money. It's nice to know when the stock has been going up from, let's say, $19. Here, I'll give you the low. Since $19.62 up to $23.66, it's going up. But guess what? There's not enough energy. It goes up 20%, but it's not sustainable. That means you could wake up any morning if you're in that stock right now, and all of a sudden it could drop 10, 15, 20%. And that's how people get caught. And then they get upset at stocks and they say, the stock market's no good. No, you don't have the right tools. It's like anything else. It's like a carpenter or a plumber, right? He goes to his job. If he's got the best tools, he's going to do the best job. If a carpenter shows up and he's got duct tape in his screwdriver and duct tape on his hammer and all that, and he's got a level that's all paint all over and everything else, right? He's not going to do a good job. I'm fascinated when these carpenters come in, these tradespeople come into my home and they work on something. You can tell the good ones. Well, matter of fact, out in my office right now, I live upstairs in a condo, and I have my office in the office complex down below the condo. So I always come over here down here in the weekend and work. And so this guy's wallpapering when you get out of the elevators, he's starting to wallpaper that hallway. And I watched him for about 30 minutes. It was so fascinating what he was doing, how he wallpapered. I mean, he's got the tools, and he's got this thing that draws a line on the wall automatically. It's just amazing. And I'm saying it's the same thing with trading a stock. The reason why he's so good with that wallpaper, because he's got all the latest tools, and so it helps. It's the same thing with trading. It's all the tools. Anybody can make money in a stock, but here's the problem: they don't know when to add. That's a real problem. They don't know when to get out. That's a big problem. But the biggest problem of all, the gigantic problem, is with the same confidence that you buy a stock, you should be able to turn around and make money when it goes down. And you know it's going to go down because you get a call to action on your color code. It works. So right now, all these stocks that we're seeing going up, it's not all the tech stocks. Very few tech stocks are going up. It's the same ones. It's the tourist stocks. So if you're going to buy any one of these tourist stocks, and here I'll go through them with you here. If you go buy any of these tourist stocks, let's take Microsoft again. And if you look at Microsoft, I wouldn't buy it yet. Okay, I wouldn't buy it yet. I would wait until Microsoft had at least got above 306.84. It's at 303.51 right now. Apple, you could buy a little bit of Apple right now. Not a lot. We need some more volume. There's not enough volume. If you get volume like you did between, let's say somewhere around, July 6th, let's say July 6th, July 8th, or July, let's say July 6th to the 9th, somewhere in that. You get that same kind of volume, but you got half the volume today that you had back there. And that's important. So if you go look on a chart and you start looking at when it started to rally here, let's say go back in June, when it started to rally, then the volume really started to pick up. Here you go. The volume started to pick up. This is more accurate. July 2nd, it started to pick up really nice. July 6th, you see? So by understanding what you're doing, using the tools, like just looking at that volume, now you go look at the volume where it is today. If you're going in and buying a lot of Apple today, you're crazy. Because there's half the volume it had going back in June 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. It's got half. Doesn't mean you don't buy it today, but you do it with a lot less shares. And then the color code will tell us if all of a sudden it's not sustainable, it'll turn orange, and it'll tell us, call to action, better take some off. Google, there's another one it's breaking out nicely, okay? And Google's got some pretty good volume. Okay, Google's got some pretty good volume, and it's above its two supports, the 50 and the 200-day moving average. So that's pretty good. But the problem with that stock, again, is you got to make sure you know what you're doing, because, again, there's a lot of tourists in this, and just one hiccup, they'll run like hell, and then the market makers will pull their bids out and drop. One of the biggest problems with the stock, too, somebody gets in a stock, right? So, like today, you have the candlestick going up on Google. And people add to that candlestick, get in, they don't understand that the candlestick's not going to go up anymore that day. That's right. A lot of people get in, they'll put stock in, waiting for that candlestick to go up, and it's not going to go up. But we know it's not going to go up. We know before we add to the position or get in position how far that candlestick's going to go up. You don't know that. And a lot of people make a big mistake. They get all excited, they see Google going up today, and they're going to jump in, and they have no clue that candlestick is not going to go any further. So there's a lot of little things, and we got the tools that work. It makes it easy, and it becomes profitable. Anybody can make money. It's keeping the money. That's the thing. I always say that to everybody. Anybody can make money in the stock business. Anybody. But keeping it. That's the important thing. Make sure you don't lose money. That's what you got to focus on, and you need the tools to do it. Be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to thephilsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, thephilsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color-coded technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, every day, right now, we're seeing the yields have taken over. They're in a narrow range, and when the yields go up, we know it's time to buy the banks. When the yields go down, we know it's time not to buy the banks, but to buy the tech stocks. Now, every day, our members aren't alone on this. We tell them exactly what to do with every stock using our color-coded chart. It works. And every day, we post it at 2 o'clock. And Steve goes through every stock in our portfolio, tell them what to do so they don't make a mistake. Here, today's talking about the spiders.
Looking at our SPY, continue to hold this one, and you can even add back on. If you took profits on Friday, you can add back in if you want. Just keep a 5% trailing stop.
Yeah, and you tell them that you do what I talked about a little bit ago, what to do with the spider. So if you're a member, we're telling you the spiders is your best bet right now because you have that teeter-totter going between banks and tech. Now, if you have experience, you know what you're doing, okay? And then you can use another chart and you take advantage. One day the yields are up, so you buy the banks. Next day the yields are down, you sell short, okay? The yields are down, you sell short the banks. Or what you can do when the yields are down, switch your position and go to the big tech. So every day you can play one off the other, but you got to know what you're doing, and that's what we do here every day for you. Okay, so just try, just try it. For heaven's sakes, the color-coded chart works. I talk about it every day in this program, but it does work. Go to my site, thephilsgang.com. Click where it says Working Investor. You get your chart for 10 days, and you get the membership for 10 days where you can participate in all the programs you want, or don't participate in any of them. If you want, just participate in a Working Investor program, and every day listen to Steve tell you exactly what to do with your stock that you're in. But for 10 days, the first 10 days, we tell you, just do it on paper. Don't use your own money to get used to it. So, here we are, okay, talking about the market, talking about money, and here, what we saw play out over the weekend was brutal. Those caskets coming down off that plane was brutal. But what we are seeing play out at the airport in Kabul is tragic. The 13 Marines who gave their lives, tragic. Now, I'm hoping that their deaths will not be in vain, because I believe this tragedy is going to wake the American people up. It's going to wake them up. It's going to bring their attention, okay, to what is going on in this Defense Department they call the military-industrial complex. It is brutal. That's there to make so many people wealthy. That's what it's there for. It's unbelievable. The waste is incredible. It's terrible. There's millions of dollars. They don't even know where it is sitting over there in Africa. They don't even know where it went. But this military complex, or Defense Department, I think has now become a reality due to these deaths. People are going to see it as a reality. What's going on? And it's going to identify how Main Street is in danger. Not just its liberty, because these terrorists are now going to come back to the United States. Maybe another 9/11. Hope God that doesn't happen. But our economic well-being. People will wake up and take a look at this Defense Department. Answers to nobody. And the people they are supposed to be answering to, those people, those generals, those majors, those lieutenant colonels, are all waiting to be hired by the very people they're supposed to be overseeing. So they don't control anything. Let them do what they want. Now, our owners, the top 1/100th of 1%, and their lapdogs, member of Congress, and the top 1% of the population, benefit. They're the owners that benefit from this Defense Department. Like Pelosi. Pelosi picked up $20 million. She had inside information on these new night vision goggles. And so she bought a whole bunch of stock in the company that was making these things. And I think she made like $20 million. So that's what this is all about, money. For the top 1%, for the elitists, the very wealthy. But it's destroying the economy in Main Street. See, they want inflation. That's why they're not going to taper. See, they want inflation. They want the prices of those night vision goggles to go up. At the same time, they want the dollar to be destroyed. So all the money that the government borrows to pay to the Defense Department, every time, another $1 trillion we have to borrow, another $1 trillion every year borrow. How do we pay them back? By inflation. If we keep inflating, then the dollar gets worth almost nothing, and that means our debt that we owe to the people we borrowed is less. As I always use, if we owe China $1 million, and the dollar goes down 20%, now we only owe China $800 billion. See, this is why they're not going to taper. So the 1% are getting very wealthy off these wars. But this is destroying our economy. We need a strong defense. There's no question about that. But not a wasteful defense. We need a strong defense, not a wasteful one. Where the military complex stops burying $1 trillion a year in various budgets so that we can't see it, so it's not transferred. We don't need that. U.S. spends between 5 and 10 times as much on defense as China. So what we do, we're shaping our whole economy around the industrial military complex that causes so much inflation that's destroying your retirement, to enrich our owners at the sacrifice of our sons and daughters. If our kids make the choice to serve, we should be proud. But let them win. If we go to work, let them win. No kid should go to war unless they're allowed to win. No parent should suffer for a child's death if he so chooses to go, unless they're allowed to win. These 13 heroes, the Marines, their officers, their commander-in-chief, sacrificed them in a retreat. In a retreat. Can you imagine? Crazy. So Pelosi can line her pocket with $20 million with inside information so she could purchase the stock of this company? This is wrong. This is all upside down. This is crazy. And this is going to affect the stock market. I just hope it affects every American where they say, wait a minute, what is going on with this Defense Department? Kids aren't allowed, they go over there and get killed in a retreat. They're not allowed to win. They're leaving all the equipment on the ground over there so that Lockheed Martin can make more equipment, replace it. This is crazy. But before I leave, remember, I want you to join my gang. Take advantage of this market. Take advantage of this inflation, especially in the tech market, okay? Techs are going up because of inflation. That's all they know. Keep pushing up the tech market until it doesn't go up any longer. And when it doesn't go up any longer, guess what? We'll know in advance that it's not going up any longer. If you just go into the spiders and stay with the spiders and put a 6% stop, you do fine. But you'll know in advance. If you're with us, you'll know in advance. We'll tell you, okay, money's coming out. It's going to start going down. Let's switch our position. You'll know that. You'll know that. There's nothing wrong with the market. But right now, don't listen to them when they're telling you that they're going to raise rates and they're going to taper and all. That's a bunch of baloney. They're not. They can't do it. They're not going to do it. Remember, not as long as our owners and the top 1%, they're always taken care of. Main Street's never taken care of anymore. Never taken care. They're always going to take care of the 1%. The owners are going to take care of themselves. That means more inflation. That means more money going into tech. You just got to know when to get out. That's all you got to know. And that we can guarantee you'll know when to get out here with us. Please join my gang and please help us support St. Jude Research Hospital.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my